So let's talk about breaking through plateaus without breaking your body. We're talking particularly here about training plateaus. So some of you have commented, and it's quite a common topic in terms of you are lifting and not too sure whether you are getting anywhere at times. You probably hear quite a lot of the time, just lift heavier, that is how you get results. But if you're not hitting personal bests like every week or every session, sometimes it feels like you are doing something wrong. Let me tell you, you are not. And Skylar, one of our community members, one of our Team TBC athletes, said, I've got past injuries and surgeries, and when I push heavy, my tendons and ligaments feel fried. My body just won't lift it. How do I push through without damaging myself further? So I hear this quite a lot of the time. It can be kind of like skept up in different wording, but it is a great question and I'm going to run you through it now. So the truth is, building muscle is not just about getting stronger, and getting stronger is not always correlated with building muscle. Yes, strength is one of the major markers of progress, and yes, getting stronger over time is a great indicator that things are working, but that happens over months, over training phases, not day to day or week to week. Muscle growth comes from three main factors: mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage. You can actually achieve all three of these without lifting heavier each week. So if you're not constantly adding weight to the bar, how do you know you're progressing? So let's talk about the things we can actually do inside the gym when you're training if lifting heavier isn't currently an option. First one, slow it down. Tempo work is one of the easiest ways to make movements harder without increasing the weight. You know we're quite focused on tempo when it comes to exercises, more about just making sure you are controlling the movements, controlling your repetitions, controlling the weights, but also increasing that time and attention, which we call it, slowing down your eccentrics to 3 to 4 seconds, can really increase the overall load, total volume, and therefore give you a metabolic response. You can also add things like supersets. This is, I'm sure you know, just pairing a couple of exercises, even 2 to 3 exercises together with minimal rest. Like, for example, machine hip thrusts with banded monster walks. Thirdly, you can do things like drop sets, which I'm sure you know, start with your usual weight you were going to, then you can drop the weight and rep out after. Say, for example, you were doing 10 to 15 repetitions on your main set. There is no point doing 10 to 12 reps too close to failure, dropping the weight 15 to 20%, and then doing 30 repetitions after that. You still need to keep the load and the repetitions in around about the same as your original set. Next one is isometric holds, pausing mid-movement to create tension and also increasing strength in those certain points. For example, if you have a weak point like the initiation of your press or the bottom of your squat and the midpoint of your squat, pausing at that point and then driving up with a concentric drive can really help break through those sticky points. Then we have something called volume cycling, which is essentially, if you look at it, a 4-week training block, focusing on your core fundamentals, which may be 8 to 12 repetitions in most exercises. And then on the 4th week, dropping the weights, dropping the RPEs, increasing the repetitions for 1 week to then go back to essentially higher volume with the 8 to 12 reps. But again, speak to your coach when it comes to this. Things like drop sets and supersets and stuff like that, they should be done on the second to last or the last set only, because then you won't have the intensity to give the max to your preceding sets like 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And lastly, you need to track recovery. We track recovery to check-ins, but it is something that you can personally track as well, and then you can give to your coach at the end of the week. Like normally at the end of the week, you're monitoring and you're guessing your overall recovery, but if you're doing it day to day, then it's a lot easier to get a full idea in terms of how your recovery has been. Are you sleeping better? Are you feeling less achy? Are you showing up with more energy? Those things are green lights to show that your body's adapting, and also red lights if you are finding those things are suffering. And let's also not forget about the other markers of progress that shouldn't be ignored. Are you moving through a fuller range of motion? Are you doing more repetitions at the same weight? Are you getting a better muscular pump during your session? Can you rest less between sets and still get the same form? Do you feel more confident in your lifts? Are your clothes fitting differently? These things really matter. Muscle is built through smart tension, consistency, and recovery, not just the numbers on the barbell. So next time you feel stuck, come back to this video. Remember, you don't have to push heavier every session or every week. You just need to challenge your body in a way that makes sense for you right now. And if you're ever unsure of what that looks like, this is where we come in. Myself, Laura, Jess, Katie, everyone, we are here to maximize your consistency, your enjoyability, and of course, your progress. See you on the next one.